So, hi guys, welcome back to the House of Fun. This is Huff. Well, I did that one around the wrong way, but we'll stick with it for the time being. Right, so, we are back with the old electric scooter gearbox. It's come along, it's come along since I last showed you guys, but I had to do quite a lot of stuff off camera because I kept messing it up. And well, it's probably fun for you, but it wasn't fun for me. I got frustrated. So yeah, here we are back at it again. We've got the new front plate that sits here, bearing in there, little plate, hold back the bearing, couple of screws. I'd moved these back in because once I put it all back together and tried to slide it in by the wheel, this was all contacting. It was like that to the flat, so I had to shave all that lot out, move these over. It kind of fits. It should work now, hopefully. So I've got that all done. We already know I've got the centre sprocket in there completed. I believe it goes that way round. That's complete. I have just made up the coupling for the other gear, the output. I found a collet bearing, collet washer with a grub screw already in it in my drawer of random crap. So I thought, yeah, why not? I use it. It is stainless steel. This is probably hardened steel. Should I have welded them? Probably not. Does it look like I have, apart from a hole here, but kind of tried to do it strategically. Leave a hole where I left a hole. Weight balance and all that malarkey. But it doesn't look like it was done on purpose, but it was. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Kind of accidental, but you know, it works nonetheless. So, I will cut the shaft down. This one is going to sit in like so. I will cut the shaft down in a little bit. I've got some C-pins inside. I'm gonna put some groove-ins in there and in the other end and C-pin it into place so the bar can't rattle out, but I don't think it will once it's in there. I've got to strip this one off and this one off, and the hole in the centre here, that needs to be widened slightly because that was the guide hole that I left in it for when I put it all together and made it to keep it straight and flat and the bar not at a wonky angle, and so it's getting there. It's almost time to actually put it onto the framework out here and rig up the chain, which I have actually cut down to size. Yeah, that's ready for it. So, like I say, we're getting there slowly. I will probably take we've got a battery holding compartment. We need to cut these lines here and here out and the sides, and that's what they're there to support, is the inside of that when you're still standing on the plate the other side. So I'll add a little lip this side and possibly a hinge that side because it's a flap then and I don't lose the extra piece as I'm riding down the road. At least it will flip open on me, so actually I might put the hinge the other way around. See, look at that, logical thinking. So, white on the black. I'll give the frame a spray because the front end was black. It is black, bit of rust, but well, yeah, it'll be fine. It's getting there. The handlebars are inside, the front wheels inside. It was all complete. But yeah, getting there slowly. I am gonna now take you off, and I will take this one off, take this one off, with the bearings in them, and I'm just going to drill these out slightly. These little holes in here, I will drill them out slightly, and it will just give the clearance for the bar so it can all rotate freely in the bearings, and at that point I'll know if I've messed up completely or not, and next time I come back on I'll be crying or I'll be happy. So either way, you'll find out immediately. So I'll be back with you very soon, guys. So here we are, we're back at it, and yeah, I've made a mistake. I put this cover on before I put the bar and all the other gubbins in there, so I actually have to remove this again, but that's fine. Yeah, we'll take this off, and then we will put the bar through and sort it all out. So come on. I'm not using a drill because this is all in alley and I don't want to go stripping stuff out and have to end up doing even more work than I kind of already have. But I mean, at the end of the day, this is only just a concept, so we'll see how things go. We shall figure it out. I mean, if it works, obviously it's just going to stay on there and I'm going to ride around with it. But like, if it don't, then I'll take it apart and rebuild and make better and just add more motors, because at the end of the day that's what I believe it will be lacking, is motor power, not much else. But we'll find out. Let's get rid of that look. Right, so bearing number 1 is in already, so let's get Sprockito. And let's get Sprockito put in. Right. So that's all nicely in. Sits, rotates on the shaft. I will turn it round so I can see the key point, keyway point, which is there. That is in the right way in. Yep. God, neighbour's going off on one. Never mind. Oh, butterfingers. Butterfingers! Right, so we slide the key. No, we don't. We do. This is how it's meant to go. But I think I messed that up a bit when I drilled out the hole, but we'll find it. We figured it. Just gonna go in with a little love tap, I think. Yeah. But it went too far the other side, so now I've got to back it off. And let me find a flathead. There's one. Let me back it off. Right, a little bit more. A little bit more. There it is. It's back. Right, now turn that sprocket round and try and drive that into that one. Okay, now I'm realising how bad of a design this is, but like I say, it is prototype design. Okay, it's not so bad, it's in there. My only problem is it ever going to rattle out? But I can always take it apart later, and like I said earlier, I've got the little C-pins that go into the groove and click around the bar. I've got a couple, well, I've got packets of them inside, so I can just use them if it comes to it. Hopefully it doesn't. But let's thread that one on, and we will get them ones started. And then that one. Right, yeah, these ones are Phillips, not Allen heads, because I ran out, but they're still countersinks and I kind of needed them. So it just, poo, that Yeah, see, now you get to see my process in action. This is not great. I know what to do. I know what to do. Where are they? Give me more. Because they're not long enough yet. I have more. I know I do. Where are they? I have a lot more. Where are all my adapters going? I normally just chuck them on the bench and then they're just there, but they are not just there. Like, wait, sorry, I'm full of crap again. See, chuck them on the bench and they're just there. Right. Adapters on adapters. And then, probably not the best idea, but it's the one I'm using, so. Wow, it isn't. They got it up there, but right. Come on, before I do any damage to that, let's see if we can just damage it with this instead. Okay, that's somewhat in. I think what I'll do is I'll back this out. Not that it's even doing anything. Right, so back that one off. Something's catching somewhere. I did this before. Until I did that up. And then, oh look at that. There we go. They're in there tight. And now that one's nipped. And that one's tucked. Right, so now it was that down the bar, that's last, and now that, but I'm probably just gonna line this up, measure up and cut the bar, and that's loud, so I'll turn you guys off and I'll bring you back when it's done. I've done that bit, that's all sorted. Basically I've ended up having to go through this little bit again because it wouldn't slide on, got it on there, got all the keyway in, got all that locked together. I was trying to figure out some sort of way to hold it this side. I was going to put a nut on it, but the shaft's already been cut down. It was like it when I got it, I think. I can't remember. I probably did it a while ago and messed up some shit. But I tried to drill through the bar, my drill bit blunted, put another one in, and this bar's heated and toughened on the inside and it will not drill through. It's just blunted like two other drill bits. So it turned out that I can fit a rivet in there. So metal bar over the shaft. I was obviously going to drill through here and do that, but I drilled there instead and rivet, bang, done. Glad I went that way instead of trying to go through and then rivet that to that, and at least I can knock the head off and slide it out and then drill that out while it's all out. And yeah, whatever, different ways around it. But this one goes on here, this one's, I gotta take my gauge in a minute, eyeball that out as best I can, get it in there and find out where the head is, the centre of that basically, the centre of the grub screw. That's what I'm on. I think it's literally that. Wow, it's over that, so when I measure from this side, I need to be a bit sketchy. I'm not taking this bar back out, but I need to put a small slot inside of this bar right in here. So that this keyway, it's not a keyway, it's a grub screw. So this grub screw can then do up into the hole and basically hold on the shaft. And then Yeah, no, there's probably not enough for final drive to hold it all. If it goes, there is multiple corners. Circles don't have corners, Rich. There is multiple areas for me to be able to put them in. So I can just take this off, drill the through, and I have a packet of grub screws inside. So we will just, if that one goes, we'll get it out, clean it up, put 3 more in there, and then we'll put 3 more divots in the bar, and we should be fucking laughing, hopefully. But let's have a look. No, that's too thick. Just trying to see if the pen was actually going to be just the width I needed to mark. No, but that is. Oh well, then again, I don't know how well. Oh wait, there we go. Yep, I can see that. That's clear enough. And it needs to be both sides of that anyway. So, right, once again, we know a grinder. Oh yes, sorry, I should actually tell you why the finger chopper 5000's out before I turn off and make more noise with it. Like I say, I was gonna drill through this piece. I have drilled through that piece, hole there and hole there, but I was gonna, yes, I turned that from the gear on the other side without it even done up. Yeah, cool. It's really nice to see all the motor and everything move. First time it's been together, and the shaft can turn the motor, so this is getting there. But yeah, no, I use finger chopper 5000 to groove that one out. I don't know if you can see it, a little flat spot, and then I could drill through it, because trying to drill through a round bar, it's a nightmare. So little flat spot, little dent with a punch, and off you go. But just trying to think, what was I going to do? Yes, I have to grind this shaft, but we will. Where's my marks? Marks are gone. But it's fine, because it's only pencil. There you go, look at that. See? There. Right, I'll turn you off, I'll take this out, and I'll get that little divot put in. Do you know what, I might even... No, I think we're going to use the choppy finger. Choppy finger, it's not his name. Finger chopper 5000, we will use that, but for the sake of your ears, I will turn you off and bring you back when it's all done. Yeah, I messed up. So that's meant to be in there, and it ain't, and that's been tapped down the bar because that bearing's quite tight. I guess my phone dying, but never mind. I've even been more of a twat. I put that one around the wrong fucking way, so it's a kind of good job it's got to come off. Bollocks, man. Bollocks. I was trying to rush and get it done, and then ballsed it right up like a freaking idiot. But I'm gonna probably shave that off, or I can't drill the end out. Don't tell me I fucking... Have I smashed that one? What? Why has that got all that play? What have I done? I know what I've done. Been a dick. That's what I've done. Right, I'll turn you off before I scream. I know. We're back again. Right. As you see earlier, I literally kind of lost my shit. I put that on the wrong way. So I had to then use this thing that I actually built a while ago. It's a piece of angle iron cut up, ends welded in. I ended up changing it later on and putting the dips in there because it just didn't grab properly. It needed to get round the object better for more of a contact, but The pin is ground in for other uses. I did actually just end up, wait, where is it? There it is, tapping a little notch in there, and it sat in that really well. So claws around the outside, so one claw this side, the other claw this side, and I managed to pull that off without too much trouble. But that's, so you know, it does the job. Sometimes you have to hold a spanner on that piece if you're doing enough, like it's something that's strong. I've used this to put in clutch and stuff off of mopeds and like flywheels and the Honda GX engines, and so that, yeah, that thing's rather useful. But I'm guessing, as you can see now, I went a little bit further because I got carried away with myself, as always. So we actually have the motor fully secured onto here now. If I just flip this over for you, watch fingy fingers. There on the bottom we have three, one through the frame, two through the plate that I've welded on. The plate has the side to lip down for a bit of extra support, but you know, it should do. It's more of a twisting motion, but I was going to put another screw in here, but it's in the way of the chain. Well, not the chain, but I cut it out by accident on the other side, so it's not there to put a hole in. But I will just flick this back over here. I really should have put this phone in the tripod, but I couldn't have got you guys close enough properly, so, because like I say, I went ahead and put it all together already. I actually have final drive is turning, and it's locked. It's not just, oh look, it's turning on the shaft. No, it's locked into place, but it is only just that tiny little grub screw right in there that is holding it. So I might be, like I said beforehand, drill out 4 more holes in it, 3 more holes, tap them out and put some more grub screws in there, just because it's probably needed. I am gonna go in a second, and I am going to take the electronics out of one of the cars that does brushless, and I'm coming in and I will do a test. I'll stick you guys back up in the tripod for that one, and we'll see how this all works and how badly it falls apart the first time round. If it doesn't fall apart and it seems to work okay, haven't got many hopes on this gear. This is a brass fitting onto the motor shaft, and then I basically cut it up like a gorilla, with a file. I say cut it up, I filed it down like a gorilla, and I wedged a D-shaped centered gear on there. So you know, it should hold for like a couple of seconds. It's brass, so I'm gonna have to remake that part, but I just haven't got around to doing it yet. I wanted to make the rest of it and have a bit of proof of concept, but we'll get there. It's getting there. So I will bring you guys back on once I have the electronics and I am ready for a small test. I do have the chain for the back end. It is here, it's already the right length. I will just need to adjust that wheel backwards, which is great because more clearance from everything else. So yeah, the clearance, it's not too bad now. It was, sorry, camera angles, like, you know, the wheel is so close, but nothing touches, and obviously that shaft can be cut off, and like really short to about here, and then just as long as I've got enough room to put a groove in it, a little bit of bar and a C-pin, or an E-pin, E-clip, as people call them. I have no idea. I call them a C-clip. They look like a C. Apparently they look like an E because they've got the little piece in the middle. I get that, but got your own names for stuff, haven't you? Sorry. Right, I'll bring you back on when I got some electronics wired up to this thing, and we'll give it a little test run. We're back. So I've got transmitter, receiver, So I've got speed control unit to the motor, and I have a 2-cell 5000 milliamp 7.4 volt battery LiPo. So let's make sure this actually works. Red into red. Oh, and this will be a test of if the motor is actually spinning the correct way for us as well, which if not, I will just swap these two over and go again, but we will find out. This wants to go into channel 2. Channel 1 is normally for steering servo, so that's into channel 2. Battery connects. We get steering servo, controller, and we turn that one on. Here, boy. Hang on. Sorry, dealing with the door. Right, so controller turn on, green and red. Not all obviously light up the same, but yeah, mine does that. I've tried to be a bit safer with the aerial because I'm still messing around with this. So I lollipop stick, hot glue, and I traced the aerial around the lollipop stick to give it some support. But let's turn this on. Oh, we had movement out of it. Recognised. Yes. Oh, oh, oh. Wow. Wow. Yeah. So, as you can sort of see, let me zoom you in a bit. We have movement. That's just all the grease coming off. Although I WD-40'd the chain up, so I knew that it was good. But yeah, and it should. See you later. Well, I think we had a first mishap with the old motor system then. I know what's happened. The grub screw holding the motor and the pin inside has come loose, so I'm going to turn off and investigate, and I will... Actually, let's just have a look, shall we? Why not? Screw it. Allen keys. Let's use this thing because hopefully it's got the right size bit on it. Yeah, that's freely spinning on that, but where is the flat spot? Let's see if we can. Because otherwise I'm going to have to do something I don't want to do. Yeah, I can't see the flat. Poop. And that doesn't fit anyhow, so double poop. Right, I'm going to have to go find an Allen key that fits that, so I will turn you guys off and I will come back when it's sort of working again. I should have done that up before, I'll look later, but never mind. Let's have a little ponder at this thing. So luckily enough, well, sort of luckily enough, it sucks really because I've got under it, but there is a bolt, a washer, a bolt and a nut, a locking nut through a bearing, and it is designed so that the end of it is filed down enough so that it goes into the end of the fitting that is on the end of the motor. But that also stops me from sliding that off and being able to rotate and possibly find out where the smooth part of the shaft is on that, which in all honesty might be the right point for me now to take it off the motor, take the motor off and put a flat spot in the opposite side
and put a secondary grub screw in. I think I need it, to be honest, but like I was saying with the other one, the flattened the grab on this one here, the output gear, it needs more. Right, so that there is where the flat is. Where is there? Right. That is not the right Allen key for that, so we will try and find quickly an Allen key that actually works in this grub screw and see if we can put this one back in for the moment. It'd be nice if we can, and then I don't have to try and find another one, but if I had to find another one, and hopefully I have one in the pack inside. I really should bring them out here, but they're for RC car stuff, and I don't usually join my builds and RC stuff together until this point. So yeah, it's all good. Right, that's on there, and that's pushed in. I think there's some will put that out at the moment. I think I've messed up, and I think I'm going to have to take the motor off anyway. Somehow I've got a feeling that I have gone and been stupid enough to... There we go, so much more light. Jeez. Yeah, I think I've been stupid, and I've just gone and pushed that brass fitting onto the motor shaft without looking where it is, and it was possibly just done up on the bar instead of the flat. So I believe my chain is now out of sync, but I'm going to have to redo all that brass fitting and all that crud at some point. I'm going to try and make my own piece that fits on the inside of it and see how it goes. Okay, no, this just goes straight in as normal, and okay, still laughing. Okay, right, and then that is obviously where the other one would go, but I have a feeling that my marker pen is too large to fit in the hole, yes. But that's roughly how I would end up marking it. I don't know, I might just stick a nail in there and scratch around until it marks up a point. There's a fresh nail. Oh, yeah. Wow. You'd all think a nail had a decent point on it, but they don't. They're quite blunt. Just sharpening off the tip of a nail, so I can shove it in there and give it a good old scratch up. It probably won't do anything. It might help me, but if not, I know it's the exact opposite side of the bar. But let's controller on the floor. Controllers on. Electronics is on. Okay, we're all back. That's perfect. Right, now I'm gonna put the chain on, but I don't really have a chain tool, so I'm not going to film that. I do not want you lot seeing that. That is not the right way I'm going to put a chain on. So for now, I'm not going to show you. But yeah, if I'm not showing you, it's not correct. Well, half of the shit I show you is not correct anyway. That's not what I'm saying. But yeah, this one is just I'll probably hurt myself. I'd rather not. So
So look on the keys. Chain's on. As you can see, it's a bit loose. Sorry, we're up there. Yeah, as you can see, the chain's a bit loose, but that's not really an issue at the minute. We're gonna tighten that up in 2 seconds. But yeah, I just had to knock some teeth about, pins about. I need to take it up off and fire off the heads on these, but in doing that I'm going to take them off to the point that I can't actually undo them, which is fine because what's left of them I will probably just put in flatheads on them. But just trying to quickly set you up in front of this. How's that? I'm going to have to move that light. There we go. That's better. There we go. Right. There we go. Let's have a look. Because I haven't even tested this or anything yet. I literally just put it back together again. The controller is still on like an idiot. Like I say, if it does stop on me, it's because of the gear in here. It's not the gear, it's the fact that it's hitting the teeth. Not the teeth. Hitting the back of the bolts that are going in there. So, okay, we have movement. Okay, we have a lot of authority in that one. Oh, it's turning really slow. But yeah, that's because we got loose chain. So, and the motor might be out of adjustment a little bit, but we will find out. We will find out. Like I say, I was literally meant to tighten the chain before I did any of that, but I did all of that first. Normal me. Right, let's turn the controller off this time, and we will go for a quick adjustment on the rear end. And then see how we go from there. So, one in there, one in there. I was doing it up, let's undo it. Alright, that's probably a bit too much. Where is my 10mm? Alright mate, you can grab it in a little bit. I'd probably cut this chain too tight, too loose. What a massive wiener. What a massive wiener. What a massive wiener. Best way around that right now is there is more adjustment in them, so if I just put a bit of a wider washer on it that doesn't hit the, yep, or try and make your life easier by making new these little pins. And it's because I didn't end up making that long enough, and my chain and the clearance, and it's just, yeah, that's a whole case of a load of stuff. But you know, if I knew this to begin with, then I would have built it slightly differently, but now I know it, I can always do a second rendition of it, like, you know, redo it, do number 2 and see how it goes. But well, for now I'm gonna
take these off, and I am gonna notch out in the middle here. I might just use the Dremel quickly and get it done, work it back on, just so that it can have stuff sit over it. Or just because I cannot be arsed right now. Well, I don't know where my big pliers have gone. But it's fine, my sons are up here. Well, I say my sons, he was on to dig the other night, so I gave him a pair. I don't know why he wanted to dig with pliers, but you know, it's a 5-year-old for you. Right, open that out. Open that out, because I can't be arsed. And then we grab that back, and that. And we shove that on. And we shove that on. And that on, and that on. And then we screw that back up. And oh, we almost fall over. Oh, that was funny. This is knocked over all over again. Yes, that will go up tight enough. Oh wait, it didn't actually kind of move then. Oh Jesus. Come on, 10 mil. Still not on the sprocket. There we go. Oh, we're getting there. That's within reason. No. Right, so we are going to have to do the same to the other side. So I'll probably turn you off. Back again. Right, so I found the marking for the grub screw. I don't know if you can see. Yes, you can. The black marking right here. That is the grub screw marking on the bar. I marked the back as well, around the back here. So it's all marked where the centres are. I also marked on the back of the motor pole here where the centre, where the flat out is on the front. Oh, yeah, it's so there. I'd hope you line it up if it went again. So let's turn the controller on. Let's see what happens with this battery. The motor told me it was. Speed controller told me that the battery was dead. So let's just have a look. If it cuts off, it's because the battery's dead. But I haven't charged it in a while. Okay, so that back wheel's too tight. Only by a tiny bit. Right, okay. That's like that zoo 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 noise was. The rear sprocket, or this sprocket, is not right. One of them's, it's probably the rear one's off because I drilled the holes out in it myself. It could do with the tiniest bit of a realignment. But what I'll do for the meantime is slacken that chain off that little bit. So I'll slack that chain. Oh. Will I slack that chain off? Okay, it's got a bit of pull. This might actually work slightly. That motor was trying to cut out on me, I'm not going to lie, but yeah, the battery's gone. What? Why won't you turn off? Turn off. The motor's still going and it won't. Okay, very strange.
something's going wrong. But right, so it looks very promising. What I will do now is quickly loosen the back wheel by the tiniest little bit. I'm going to extend these cables so I can. That's probably not the best place to put it. Right. I'll have a little thinky poo. Well, I turn you off. I have a think. I might end up just mounting that on the back of the mudguard for the time being, just so I can get to the on-off switch, and then I'll put the battery in underneath in the tray like here where it's meant to be. But I will grab another one and see if it's any good. I'll try and put this one on charge, and yeah, we'll just find out. I haven't charged my batteries in a long time. They've just been sat there, so most of them are just going to be dead. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll put it together and do the final little touch-ups. I've got to make some little lock-ins for the front wheel, because if I do not, I can't basically tighten the front wheel as tight as I would want it to be. Originally on a push bike you've got little washers like this with the hooks in them, and they literally just hook into a hole, and if your front wheel comes loose, it does not so much of a big work because they stop it from sliding straight out, until obviously your wheel nut falls off completely, and so do they, and then you're in for a bit of a shit time. But you've got a lot of time with these on there, and you will also feel it way before your nuts fall off, hopefully, for all you gentlemen out there, hopefully. But yeah, we will make some of them up for larger styles for the front end here, down here on the back end. We'll put them in there, drill some holes in about here, and then we will just make some bigger washers up, or try and utilise some and weld a little. No, I'll just make some, bend them round. But I will bring you back when that's all buttoned up, because it's a lot quicker me trying to think about it off camera without having to think about my language, because yeah, I swear too much normally. I have to think about what I say. But we'll come back and hopefully it will be test drive. So for the front wheel, I cheated. I took the old ones off the push bike, I drilled a hole in the alley, and I put that in, slid that inside, did the device up and went through with that, and then filed the back off, so it was good. And now it fits on there, so I can stick the nut back on. I can shove this now on the bike. Oh, it's not a bike anymore, it's a scooter. Shove this on the scooter, and I can sort out where to drill the holes for these, to locate them. So I'll obviously do that off camera, and I'll bring it back once that's all done and the front wheel's back on and everything else. Morning guys, I'm back. This is a completely different day now. I actually jumped on and did a fair bit more yesterday than what I'd filmed, but I will get around to showing you that soon. So what I've actually got to do today is I've gone and left the other battery in the house, but basically I want one of them with one of them. So I need an end like so and like so. Ta-da! Like that. Join it with the cable in the middle. I'm going to try and make it. Well, I'm going to make it, not try, I will make it. But we'll just have a quick little set up of the cables and everything for the moment. I've got to tin some ends just to make life easier, and then we'll go from there. But need to tangle some cable first. Right. Wire strippers, good things. My iron is just here, so This thing is on an old stand I had. It's actually an old solder mate. It's missing a couple of bits and pieces. There used to be magnifying glass to it and some other stuff, and yeah, I don't have that on there anymore. Right, we're up to temp yet. Trying not to breathe the smoke in, guys. It's not the best. And yeah, don't worry, these ends are a lot longer than what I need them. Well, in places. These ones actually tend to slot in quite a way, so far we're doing good. Just need to fill that up with a lot of solder, but we'll do that one later. Take them off for the minute. Right. Don't really need a long connector, just something that maybe has a bit of bend in it, but nothing too big. I tend to normally leave my cables a bit longer, like when I'm tinning, I leave them longer than they need to in case the ends shit out or you know, it starts going bad on you. You don't want a bad cable. I'm trying to solder bad ends into a port or a point. Load the iron at first. The more the solder, well not more, but that piece of solder on the end of the tip creates a lot more heat, an area of heat than just your tip. That one's got quite a bit on there, but I'm using that for the join. Let's remove that and that. There we go. Doesn't fit. No, it does. Right. So, let's try that one off. Yeah, remember, don't copy me. I'm just here trying to get stuff done. Don't copy me. Because, like, look at the state of these cables. I mean, yes, the casing covers are still there, but they're not. They're a bit chewed up. They've got too hot, everything. I'm not the best. I used to do this as a job, but I'm not the best. Well, there was no one else at the company, but that one is hot. Ow! Well, at least everyone gets a laugh, you know. Snip that end off, it looked a bit poopy, I didn't like it. Give my tip a clean. They'll break, they'll mould, and it's one piece. There we go, that was a better one. Right, we'll let that cool down for a second. And then
get it half the length. We don't need work. Where's my lighter? The old halogen light work or not? Probably blocking this camera massively, but no, it's just burning my fingers. Right, it's almost starting to lighter. Bit of shrink wrap. Come on. It's always best to do a bit of shrink wrapping or insulate tape or just something just to cover them up. You don't want to end up shocking yourself. It hurts. I know, I've done it enough. Right, so now what we're going to do is turn the iron down a minute and we will let this cool down quite a bit. Try and take some heat out of my hands. Oh. Put it on the cold metal of the scooter frame and watch it draw the temperature out. And then the only reason I want this to cool down quickly is because we are going to slide the other shrink wrap down this line on top of that one, so it doesn't hopefully go off, like start shrinking on me. And then we will push the other piece down there too. Yeah, we'll push the other piece down there too, and then sit it over that side. And now we will get budgeting scarpet style, snip some pieces of solder that small little length, or roughly that, it doesn't matter too much. I just need it to poke inside the hole, just so that, right, I've made the mistake many times of soldering these things and they melt the back of the clip. So if you put the whole clip, the pin, it's not a pin, it's a connector, put the whole connector together, this side holds this side from warping, because it's only held in the back in there with that piece of small plastic, and yes, there's a gap in the middle, and yeah, so they melt, they warp, and then when they cool down you cannot put them together like that. You have to remelt them, and it is a pain in the backside. What side do I want on that one? Right, we are positive, negative. Right. Let's see. This might be a really daft way of doing it. I've never really, well, I've done it like this many times, but never on film, so we'll find out. I'm hoping that what should happen is this entire socket piece here with the cable end is in here, it should be full of weld. The whole area should be joined. It should be all solder. Sorry, not weld. I'm used to welding way too much there. It should all be full of solder, and that's how you get good connection all the way through. Is the whole thing is a solder joint. If you've got any imperfections in it, then it's not a solid solder. It's a shame many people at my old place didn't know that one. Never mind. Right, that one should do for a minute. Let's crank that back up. While that's cranking back up, we will wedge another one into that, maybe? Yes, we will. And the other side can come in a little bit. Once it's nice and hot and I'm trying to push stuff in it and I burn myself, yes, let's do it now. One more, and then I think that should be good for the minute. If it needs any more, I'll do it in a little bit. I will be adding more solder to it as I solder, so as I add heat. So
So it should be, fingers crossed, okay. I am almost out of this solder. Need to get some more. Right, let's get heat into the metal. Getting directed straight into my face. There we go, that actually went quite well. Heat on the metal. Feed some more solder in the back. Still waiting for a piece over this side to melt. There it goes. And now let's try and fill up the rest of that. There we go. That Smoky Joe's. And that should hopefully be that. It should be the connector I need made. So now, that end is the same end as a battery, so the battery will connect up, but that is the end of one of my 3 cells inside. So I'm slightly hoping that this will help me connect my... that's hot. Yep, hot again. Keep burning myself. I have made a boo-boo because that is not thick enough for 3 cell. It might do it. It might do it. Quick little trial. It might do it. I'm probably just going to blow the motor up anyway. So, it's not too much of an issue on that one. But, if I don't knock the camera out and I bring you over to the scooter, screws for the holes. Oh, right, so, yeah, sorry, I actually did a fair bit last night. The deck is on. The speed control unit is fixed to the back of the deck. We have a hole in the deck going through into the inside. We have, I can't show you in a minute because it's tucked right up in there. There it is. Is that it? Yep, speed control, receiver, right there. Aerial is now... Aerial is here, back through the hole, but we got battery connector to that. So we take that, that connects into that, sorry, that connects into that, and then I put a 3 cell in there, and then we'll see if this will turn on with 3 cell. But the motor's all in, the chain's all in, the chain is still tight. I never loosened that last night, but I might give it a little crank off today. And here is an improvised throttle. Improvised throttle, but we still have no brake on it. But I've got my foot, I can jump off. I'll ditch it to the right and just damage the controller, but yeah, it'll be fine. Oh yes, front end is all back on, and the little luggies are holding in nice. So I've got them both sides. The front's all up. The bind is the disc touching the frame. I need to knock the frame a little bit. Just need to take the wheel off and put a bar in there and give it a whack and give it a little bit of space in, especially for when I put the front brake on there. But that'll be another time. I am gonna go get some batteries and possibly take this thing for a little test run down the road. I'll try and set you up on the camera so you guys can see and everything. But yeah, my neighbours, it's a bit, I feel a bit weird doing all that out in public still. I will get me there though. So yeah. Oh yes, also I took this thing for a small ride last night. It tried to make me go, okay? It tried, it really tried. I actually thought for a minute, oh wow, well, I'm just going to take off. But it cut on me. But it's a strain cut, I think. It's drawing too much. It's just trying too hard and it just cut. Speed controller's like, no, I'm not doing that to you. Sod off. So there's a tiny chance that if I was actually to try and route through the speed controller and put a better one on there, it might work. But I don't have any more brush ones. not a decent. So, what I actually have in the house is a brushed motor, a brushless motor, a different speed control unit, and we're going to try that one later on if this doesn't work. So, yeah. Well, I'll have you back on in a little bit once I find out. Yeah, that's a different motor, people. I sat there and put longer one cables to this so it was easier to get in the tray, and like an idiot, instead of trying the 3-cell first, I went straight to 4-cell after 2. I tested this thing out. It didn't work. Well, it sort of did. It sort of did. So basically, I've given myself a good hardy push off the floor this time, and got myself going. And then I brought the motor in, and it sort of sustained me for a while. And then just sort of died out, like lost all its oomph and all its go. So, I did loosen the chain off. It's not got the tight spot anymore, because like a bit of resistance when it's going to slow you down in it. So I took that off, and I think I don't know, it sort of went. And then I was going to put my 3-cell on there with the adapter, but like an idiot I went T adapter. Well, it's not, it's a Y adapter because 2 batteries in a one. 4-celled it, put 2 of these in there, bam bam, and all I'm going to say is this thing was smoking and sizzling, and it's broken. Deep down inside between this one and the next was smoking, but I will crack it apart later on and find out what's gone in it, and see if there's any way that I can repair it. But I doubt it. I doubt it. So we've now got Toro, 32,000 kV. This motor was in an old electric motorbike I have. Not big one, RC bike. I don't know what it's going to do. I don't know how much grunt it's going to have. I have no idea. But I should actually be able to run this on 3-cell. So that'd be a bonus. I mean, we can actually, oh shit, sorry. We can actually slightly test that right now. I mean, I don't have the phone on the tripod, so this might get a bit, I don't know. Let's see if we can prop this phone. There we go. But you wait. One little knock. So we have that into that, and we disconnect this one, because that's the 2-cell, and we put into a 3-cell, and we reach up above my head and we turn on the controller, and then we dig the switch out. 1, 2, 3. Yes, that does 3-cell. Right, we were only trying 2 a moment ago, so let's try the power of 3-cell. We're not going to get caught up in cables, are we? Alright, okay. Whoa! Whoa! That's not flat out. That's not full throttle. Oh, okay, I will be back. That's my doorbell. We've had failure at its most. Yeah, we have no drive sticking out of this motor. I think I've broke the motor anyway, so it's probably a good thing. Yeah, that's doing stuff on its own, and that should be flat out. I'm still flat out. That motor, you can hear them bearings. Something's dead inside that. Still flat out. Now I'm playing with it, trying to. But yeah. And I was correct on the whole failure point being this. Like I said, piece of brass, I monkeyed the crap out of it with a file, and I shoved a decentered sprocket on. I will now tell you something. I had 4-cell linked via splitter into this, and before that motor, which is used, abused, and very old, I am going to go and order a new one, but it's going to take a while, so this project is going to be on hold after this. So, but it worked. I really wish I'd filmed it. I really wish I'd filmed it. I was going down the road, I was picking up speed, it was actually working, and I didn't push off the mark, it just took off. It just went, and I'm like, I've done it. I've actually done it. I'm going down the road thinking, yes, it works. And then the motor locked up on me, and I brought it in here, and I tried to figure out what was going on, and something let go and the shaft come off and snapped and flew across the room and hit my buddy sat over here. So, yeah, that little sprocket hit him. Luckily it wasn't something bigger, but yeah. Until I get the new motor, guys, we are, well, I was going to say we're out of it, but I've now unfortunately killed one speed control for a brushed motor system, and I've killed the motor from a brushless system. But oh well, this one was junk anyway. This one was just, oh, I've got another motor. Let's try it. See if it works. And for 2 seconds, it worked well. It actually worked well. I was going down the road. I'm like, yes, I've done it. I've got a massive smile on my face, and I was happy. And then it gave up. But they work well. 4-cell. What's in it's a 3-cell. I believe that would work too. I don't know. 2-cell would probably work. I mean, the way I rev this thing up to flat out with 4-cell in it, and holy freaking crap! If it works and takes me to that sort of speed, I'm probably gonna want a fucking helmet. But yeah, for now, guys, that's that on the scooter until I get a new motor. So this is House of Fun out on the scooter. Until next time, I will catch you later, guys.